Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K Rock and Metal channel, and today we are asking the question, does radio play really matter anymore? So we're obviously, me and Andy are in bands. There is obviously lots to talk about radio, or you're always talking about how you're going to get your band out there. Some people go, oh, well, nowadays it's like put yourself on a Spotify playlist, that's what you need to get yourself on. Get as many Spotify playlists and shuffles as you possibly can. But there is still talk about obviously trying to get your stuff played on air. But the question is it worth it? Because some places still try and charge you for doing radio play, which unless you're guaranteed you're going to get loads of listeners, unless you'll talk about a mainstream. Because I don't even know if there is any. Is there any mainstream rock station?
Has there ever been? I mean,
Total Rock would have been the closest one, which would have been in the early stages of digital stations, and you could get Kerrang digital.
Yeah, I used to stay up for that.
So there are some, but I guess the first question I would say is, when was the last time any of you or any of us listened to a rock radio station? And I'm going to say I can't fucking remember. Last time I could find one on my digital in the van, but my aerial just for some reason isn't picking up DAB stations anymore, so I haven't listened to that in over a year. But I don't sit down and put on a digital radio station to listen to in the background, because you never know what you're going to get, and although that could be a good thing, but should bands be really kind of pushing for radio airplay? Because you can get played, but you might have no one listening at the time you do it.
In answer to your question about when was the last time, I've got I've got a fairly new work van, and it's got DAB, and there's hundreds and hundreds of different stations, and there's Planet Rock on there and Absolute. But I personally don't select those, and the last time is when we used to have a hi-fi thing set up in the warehouse, and if I'm in there in the day, I might be the one who selects Planet Rock or Kerrang. So, but that's going back a couple of years now. I'd completely forgotten about that kind of thing as being the radio airplay, because I see on Facebook a lot of the bands that I follow say, oh, check out this very small, almost unknown, perhaps internet radio station. They'll be playing our new single at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's my only interaction with sort of radio airplay for rock and metal bands. And I don't think, oh, I'll go and do that.
No, because you're not going to sit down and listen to it.
Because I will find that song somewhere else.
Yeah, on the streaming platforms.
Yeah, because
even if it's like a brand new exclusive pre-release broadcast of our new single a week before it's coming, I still probably wouldn't do it. I'd wait. Yeah,
because that's the problem. Is you've then got to find this point to go, right, well, I need to go and sit down
in my van.
Because unless you've got your laptop and you can put it on your laptop, and then you're going to be like, well, I'm going to be sitting here for the next hour looking at my laptop, listening to radio, because we tend to do everything while we're doing other things. So, like when I was chatting to when we did the Monkeys Metal Madhouse on Ridge Radio for Telescribe and A.D.K, and we were just chatting about it, and I'm like, he's like, I've done 9 o'clock to 11. We do 9 to 11 on a Monday, and I'm thinking, okay, that's great. Because he's like, well, during the week people go out in the evening, but at 9 to 11 on Monday they won't. I'm like, but probably 9 to 11 on a Monday people are fucking going to bed.
Yeah.
You're actually probably better to do it at 5 o'clock on a Monday, because you've probably got more people that are going to listen to it in their car
driving
than
home
they are at 9 o'clock at night.
Drive time.
Unless you've got cabbies or something like that. So you've got to think about who your audience is and who you're targeting at the right time of the day. So more likely people are going to listen to something like DAB radio in the background while they're doing things. Like people who work from home might have it on in the background, and so, but rather than doing a shuffle playlist, because they know all those songs on there. But also then I guess as we get into the question, which was, is it worth doing anymore? I think it's, personally, I'm like, if someone can play it, you never know, you might get lucky with a few players on it. You should never pay for radio airplay, because it's apps. You'd be better to pay to be on someone's playlist somewhere on one of the streaming platforms, although you should never do that either, but you'd have more benefit from doing that. But I just don't know, people still go on about radio airplay like it's a big thing. I just don't think it is.
Do you want me to chime in?
Oh yeah, I suppose you should be allowed to speak.
Let's reference your interview with Richard Patrick of Filter. Go and watch it. It's a fantastic interview. I really enjoyed it when you did that. And they have this surprise hit single, Hey Man, Nice Shot.
Yeah.
Radio and MTV, they were the two mediums that could make or break a band. And they were surprised. A bit of MTV airplay, and it just ballooned that song, and they didn't really have the infrastructure or even an album ready. So when you look at some of those great bands used to get all the critical acclaim and never had the album sales, King's X a great example. Critical acclaim, very influential music, just didn't sell any records, and they were pushed by the major labels, and they needed to get on the right radio stations and MTV airplay. Now, in the internet age, it's not irrelevant, radio, but you two have just mentioned there, what are the circumstances when people listen to radio? Driving in your van, working in a warehouse, working from home. So I've just described all three of us in various work daily activities. I never listen to radio in the background when I'm working from home. I think it is such a small percentage, and that's why I've brought up the interview you did with Richard Patrick, where it did make or break bands to get to that platinum selling level. The major labels relied on radio stations, didn't they? And we famously have this payola, that scam of the 60s and 70s, major labels, even the mafia were involved, and they would pay radio DJs, make sure you play this song.
It still happens.
Scandalous, yeah. So
if you listen to any like Radio 1, Capital, any of that sort of stuff, and even some like things like Heart, I'm sorry, if you say I'm libelous, I probably am, but I have it on in the van all the time. If I get to a point with my MP3 player, I'm just like, I've had enough of that. I'll just listen to some radio sometimes just to tune out. And it's the same 5 chart songs all the time.
Ed Sheeran,
and I'm like, hang
Taylor
on,
Swift.
for the last 4 months, why have I got the same 5 freaking Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, and whatever else songs on it? And I'm like, are these even in the charts anymore, for fuck's sake?
Radio 1, when I occasionally listen to that, whoever's the DJ from 10 o'clock in the morning, they used to have Record of the Week. They used to play at the same time every day. Oh, this is oh, you must listen to this. This is fantastic.
Sony Music say you must listen to this.
It's all paid for. It's paid for by the labels, and it's the same stuff all the time. So there is still and that's probably where we get that question about what's the benefit of having a label. Yeah. Unfortunately, local labels, small labels, unfortunately, are not going to give you that. But if you were on a major label, the major label can get you on the kind of prime time playlist and get you on rotation, and eventually, yes, that will get kind of played through, because you are things like Radio 1 and all the main stations, Absolute and those sort of ones, do get played in shops in the background. So there's a good chance, if you imagine things like if you're in America, there was the shop called Hot Topic,
yes,
which were, and if you were there, they would play rock radio stations, and that would be your thing. And they still do. Hot Topic's still a thing, I believe, over there. But I mean,
the answer, no. I don't.
No,
think,
there's an answer. I think we did have an answer to the question.
I don't think you should be emphasising radio play as a priority. How's that going to grow your music?
There's a benefit to it, but I don't think it's...
Yeah, it is going to grow your music, but like you say, you need to get lucky. Are you reaching an audience that's going to appreciate it? If you're writing grindcore, don't be surprised if you put that on in a warehouse and people object to it.
Yeah, there is that. Okay. Well, let us know what you think in the comments down below. Now, if you enjoyed our video today, please do like, share and subscribe. We'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.